work and seeing it work, seeing this form of crowdsourcing, this form of collaboration between professionals in cultural heritage and between the public actually show some fruits. Watching emails by people saying, here's what I found in the documents I was transcribing. I learned, that these things about the antebellum South that I thought were not a big deal, it turns out they're real and they are a big deal. I learned, this thing about, the way that lighthouses work on the Oregon coast, right? And these kinds of things that people come up with are really powerful, and that gives me a real sense of pride.
That's incredible. It's like a constant new open window experience.
Yes.
Yeah. Very good.
And the thing to keep in mind is this. Archivists sometimes worry that people are taking over their work, and people are doing it for free. But the fact is, no archives would take this on. No archives would say, we're going to take our professional staff and we're going to make them transcribe hundreds of thousands of pages, because the costs would be too great. And when you have volunteers who really want to produce something for you because they're tied into the goal. They're tied into the subject. They're tied into this little view that they're going to get, and that they want to do something. It ends up having this positive effect for everyone, including the people it's being made for, these users whom we don't know yet. We don't know who they are. But this makes stuff so much more useful. And this is why, for instance, you have such things as military records and court papers and diaries transcribed, because it gets to so many people, meaning everybody's family is recorded in records somewhere. And so if you get records of genealogical value, that especially, opens up the world. But you're also talking about records of cultural value to cultures who have almost no access to their recorded culture, and might not have even, in some cases, created it themselves. So it does this rich thing. It allows humans to be humans and get to the core of our lives, which is to remember the past, to live it, to understand the world, and to believe there's some reason we're here. And so the way you guys talked about it, I was just inspired.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good. It was really quite an interesting time, so thanks a lot.
Our pleasure,
Yes, absolutely.
This is why I like to do these, because we learn so much. And the question about passion is there because we believe that the people who do the best work are doing it because they're driven by passion. And that's what we see in you guys, especially Ben, as he tries to learn a new language every day.
I might be doing that anyway.
This gives you a little bit more of a push.
Yes.
Very good.
A justification.
Don't tell the IRS, but it means I get to expense the language books that I buy.
Okay.
Only if it's related to a client.
Okay.
Well, we can tell them that. They might have access to it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of another episode of An Archivist's Tale. Another great time with people trying to make archives all that they can be. Thanks for listening. And do not wail, do not beat your chest, do not cry, do not worry, do not pout. Next week, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, yes, there will be another episode. So until then, bye-bye.